and ultimately reducing all our costs for the food services. And the comment.
Okay, thanks, Fred. I put up a list of some of the other ones. Real quick, I want to go over, this is our spreadsheet that we came up with. This talks about what year the district published these documents to the state. This was the amount of students at the time. Right, this is us as the Lehighton Area School District. This was our total expenditures, and the change in total expenditures, this huge bump here, was a result of the stadium. So if I take the stadium costs out, or the capital costs out for that year, you're down to about here somewhere, which you see a very minor uptick from year to year. And then you see this huge boost after we built the stadium. And then you have that boost continued to go along. A lot of that boost is instructional costs. So they're
one thing I mentioned to Barb the other day, and that's the fact we were negotiating the contract from 2012 to 2016. They finally ratified it in 2016, which would account for a big jump.
Right here. You're talking right here, okay? Well, I don't think we have a ratified contract yet, and the board has not been privy.
I mean, the last contract.
I agree. I'm
From
saying
2012 to 2016. They finally, our contract was up in 2012, but they never ratified it till I think we saw September of 2016. So they weren't really paying out any of that salary for those 4 years or whatever.
So your question is, why did this big jump happen, and is it contract related?
Yeah.
I'll add that to the list.
And ultimately, with the new contract not being ratified, are we going to see a proportionate jump in budget again, like we did in 2016? I mean, logically, if it went up that much and it was attributed to the new contract, I mean, it's logical to think that even at the standards we are now, that it's gonna bump up again, just like it did in 2016.
Correct.
Which is even more frightening.
Yeah.
And I'd like to add
crowd control as far as controlling the kids as they're going off school property.
one more thing. Hold on, guys. We're not worried about debating the issues as much as we're looking for the information that you would need to be able to effectively debate the issues, right? So
I would put the cart before the horse for sure.
Correct, right. So we want to look at the food service contract, the cost of that, and then you want to look at Byron. You're asking to seek the organization itself, right? The administration of this process.
Correct. I know they were letting the kids at lunchtime take their trays out to some picnic tables.
That was at the middle school.
No, I was there. I was the guy putting the tables out and the garbage cans.
Oh,
I also.
Okay.
Okay, not to change subject. Once again, we're looking for a list of things that we want to collect from the administration so that an individual board member or a community member can debate the issues, deliberate on the issues with facts. I'm going to put up something for you guys. I grabbed that mandates. Hold on a second. Okay, these are the state mandates for Berks County. And basically it's a 40-page document. I'm going to share it with the team. And it basically just goes down Pennsylvania School Code, what needs to take place, whether it's requirement or it's an option, timing of it, and then the details associated with the report. For instance, our AFR was due at the end of the deadline. and we could lose as much as $300 per day for the first violation and $500 a day for the second, right? And this person, I'll scroll down real quick, did a great job of coordinating this for Berks County. Now, since it's a state, it's the state mandates for the county. I'm trusting that ours are similar. I reached out to Jill Hackman, and Dr. Hackman's team is going to try to get back to me, see how much changes or how many are specific to Berks, if any, and then also coordinate with the CLIU to see if we can generate the same document for us. I also reached out to Wayne Wentz to see if he would help document it. We talked about search and frisk, right? Here's one of the things of some of the things that they can and how it can be administered, right? So it's these items, I think, that are missing from the education pool of the common citizen that we need to be able to have so we can understand the difference between a mandated and an unmandated requirement. The fact that we don't have that is an issue, in my opinion.
I agree, but then we're not very transparent here.
So, David, is that something that's available on their website, or is that something that they even have to bid for?
It was shared. It's an open document. I don't know exactly where it came from. One of our stakeholders said, "Hey, Dave, look at this." Okay, I will. And that's the benefit of seeking stakeholder input.
So, much like they put the ACLU, what a student can be subjected to the ACLU form document. They put that up, that it's accessible. I mean, I could imagine that if this is a state document, much like that, they could provide a link for it. That way there's more transparency, as Barb said.
Correct. It was not a state document. Literally, Dr. Jill Hackman dug through with her team the entire Pennsylvania school code, determining what was and was not mandated to be done. She basically, I'm assuming the first thing she did was do a keyword search on the word shall. Is my guess. And the way that works, see if I can show that here.
Wait, so she created this whole document?
Yes, she did. Her team did. Her team did. It's amazing. I really greatly respect what they did with this document.
So my question, Dave, is this document that she created shareable, where it could be a tool where she would release it to whatever schools would want to utilize it?
It's already been released. Yes, it's completely open and available to everybody. But it was kind of specific to Berks County for their intermediate unit. So,
well, you know as well as I do, a lot of people in our town like to pigeonhole things as far as like what we do is what we do, and what's going on in Berks County, we can't assume they did the right thing.
I completely agree. This has to be created for Carbon County to be more widely accepted by those naysayers of Dr.
Right.
Jill Hackman would be the term. But all you have to do to create a similar document would be go to this Pennsylvania School Code, as I show on the screen. I don't know if you guys can see this, right? You can see this Pennsylvania School Code right now?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I just typed in the word shall. There's 8,000 shalls, and then you just literally scroll through them, and every shall that this district, we're a government. We run by policy. We run by law. And you literally, it looks like she went through all of these and then consolidated it and turned it into this. Because she references the school code, and then she did shall designate, and then it talks about what they had to do, what they have to complete. And she also added in may authorize, and school districts are not required, right? But here you go, and they got these different things that they can and can't do. Once people learn what you can and can't do in these 40 simple pages instead of these probably close to 8,000 or 6,000 opportunities or whatever it is for responsibilities, That's what made it easy. And I think that that's what's missing when you look at the budget, because when we look at our budget, it would be real easy, I believe, to take our budget, which I thought was back here. Give it to me a second. There it is. If I took this budget and I was able to drill down and click on this and then open it up on each level, and then it would break it down into what is mandated and not mandated, it would be helpful. As a tool.